Remember that sound? By Christmas 1984, parents were literally brawling in toy store aisles to get these robots, and one of them is banned from entering an entire country. You're about to discover 10 wild facts about the Transformers franchise that'll shatter everything you thought you knew. Let's roll out with number 10.
Take Ironhide. He's hurt.
But Megatron's getting away!
Number 10. Reagan's TV deregulation gave birth to the franchise. Ever wonder why the 80s suddenly exploded with toy-driven cartoons? Thank Ronald Reagan. In the mid-1980s, Reagan's deregulation of American television stripped away restrictions that had kept children's programming from becoming one long commercial. This policy shift freed Hasbro and Japanese toymaker Takara to launch Transformers as both a toy line and a cartoon without legal roadblocks.
Very well. I shall select a volunteer.
Dig out, Bumblebee!
Before Reagan loosened the reins, networks faced serious limitations on how much product promotion kids' shows could contain. The FCC had rules, guidelines, watchdogs. Once those guardrails vanished, the floodgates opened. Suddenly, every action figure needed its own animated universe, and Transformers led the charge with military precision. It wasn't just about selling robots, it was about selling an entire world, 22 minutes at a time, every Saturday morning.
Megatron! Planet Cybertron to Megatron! Are you there, Megatron?
Number 9. The toys were Frankenstein creations from failed Japanese lines. Here's a dirty little secret. Most of your favorite Autobots and Decepticons weren't originally Transformers at all. Takara had two earlier toy lines called Diaclone and Microman in the 70s and early 80s that flopped in Japan. Rather than engineer new figures from scratch, Hasbro and Takara raided those old molds, rebranded them, and built a franchise that would dominate toy aisles for decades.
Megatron to Cybertron! Come in, Shockwave!
How are we gonna get out of this?
Those iconic early Autobot cars? Repurposed Diaclone figures with fresh paint jobs. Megatron himself started life as a Microman handgun before anyone decided he'd be a great villain. It's the ultimate toy industry hustle. Take your failures, slap new names on them, give them personalities, and watch kids lose their minds. The genius wasn't just in the transformation gimmick. It was in transforming corporate leftovers into cultural gold.
By the skin of our teeth.
I didn't know human teeth had skin.
Number 8. The war on Cybertron crash-landed on Earth. Here's the setup that hooked millions. The heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons weren't just random robots. They were warriors locked in an eons-long conflict that started on their home planet, Cybertron. When both factions crash-landed on Earth after a catastrophic space battle, they brought their ancient war with them. Our planet became the new battlefield for a conflict older than human civilization.
Sorry, Spike. It looks like we've run out of time.
So has Megatron! Look!
Think about the stakes for a second. These weren't invaders who came to conquer Earth. They were refugees and warriors who accidentally ended up here and just kept fighting. 4 million years they lay dormant in that volcano before awakening in 1984. The Cold War was tense enough. Suddenly, kids were watching a hot war between alien robots in their backyards, with humanity caught in the crossfire.
My null ray will stop your squirming for a while.
Number 7. Bob Budiansky named robots after pop culture icons. The man behind many Transformers names and personalities, comic creator Bob Budiansky wasn't exactly subtle about his inspirations. Megatron's original toy name referenced the man from UNCLE. Shockwave's Cold Logic was ripped straight from Star Trek's Mr. Spock, and Ratchet was named after Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Old Ironhide's gonna pull through nicely.
Yes, the kindly Autobot medic shares a name with one of cinema's most terrifying authority figures. That's either brilliant irony or Budiansky's darkest joke. Either way, it worked like gangbusters. These pop culture nods gave the robots instant personality depth that kids felt even if they didn't catch the references. It made them feel real, lived in, like they existed before the toys hit shelves.
Bumblebee! Where's Spike? Spike was captured by the Decepticons.
Number 6. Transformers teamed up with Spider-Man in the comics. While the cartoon was conquering TV, Marvel was publishing an 80-issue Transformers comic that went completely off the rails in the best way possible. In issue 3, the Transformers joined forces with Spider-Man to rescue their human ally Sparkplug Witwicky. Nick Fury and Dum Dum Dugan also made cameos, tying giant alien robots into the wider Marvel universe.
Megatron was born. The Matrix.
Picture it. Optimus Prime and Peter Parker fighting side by side against Decepticons in downtown Manhattan. It's the kind of bonkers crossover that would break the internet today, spawn 1,000 think pieces, and trend for weeks. But in 1984, it was just another Wednesday at Marvel. The comic took creative liberties the cartoon never could, blending superhero drama with sci-fi warfare and making it all feel natural.
Prepare to look into the face of your creator.
And honestly, if Spider-Man can team up with the Avengers, why not the Autobots? Both groups fight evil, both have terrible luck, both lose loved ones, and both could use better PR. Someone get Kevin Feige on this. We deserve an MCU crossover.
And invented the art of transforming.
Number 5. A legal fight turned Jetfire into Skyfire. Jetfire, the Autobot scientist and jet fighter, had an identity crisis thanks to corporate drama. His toy was based on Takatoku's Super Valkyrie fighter design, a sleek, beautiful piece of engineering. When Takatoku's assets were acquired and Bandai reissued the design in America, Hasbro faced a legal conflict and couldn't use the original look anymore without risking lawsuits.
Hail Cybertron and destruction to all Autobots.
The solution? Rebrand Jetfire as Skyfire for the TV series and give him a completely different appearance. Chunkier, less elegant, legally distinct. One day you're a sleek fighter jet, the next you're a legal liability with a new name and a redesigned body. It's the Transformers version of witness protection, complete with a new identity and backstory.
Why are you standing around like lumps at a smelter?
Number 4. Hasbro inflated robot stats like grade school report cards. Remember those tech spec ratings on the back of the packaging? Strength, intelligence, speed, firepower, all graded 1 to 10? Bob Budiansky designed them to sound pseudoscientific and impressive, but Hasbro got worried kids wouldn't buy toys with middling scores. So they just boosted the numbers across the board without changing the actual characters.
Become a member of the exalted Decepticon forces.
It's corporate-grade inflation at its finest. Suddenly, every Transformer became an honor student, even the ones who could barely transform without instructions or got destroyed in their first episode. Parents thought they were buying elite warriors with impressive stats. Kids didn't care, as long as it shot missiles or had cool stickers. Hasbro knew the secret. In toy marketing, perception beats accuracy every single time.
The Quintessons also use the robots to entertain them.
Number 3. Megatron can't legally enter Australia. Here's where things get genuinely wild. The original Megatron toy transformed into a realistic Walther P-38 handgun, so realistic that it's illegal to import into Australia. While owning Megatron inside Australia is technically legal if you already have him, bringing him across the border violates strict firearm replica laws. Megatron, the fearsome Decepticon leader who conquered Cybertron, is effectively banned from an entire continent by customs regulations.
The Matrix was passed to Alpha Trion, the oldest of Autobots.
Think about that for a second. Optimus Prime can visit Sydney. Megatron has to stay home like a grounded teenager. It's the ultimate travel restriction. Sorry, sir, your alternate mode resembles a deadly weapon. Customs agents probably have a special checklist just for him, right between drugs and exotic animals.
A gentle robot known as Orion Pax, who was fated to become Optimus Prime.
Number 2. GoBots hit shelves first, but lost the war spectacularly. Plot twist: Transformers weren't even first to market. Tonka's GoBots line actually hit American toy shelves before Transformers. And in 1984, GoBots outsold Hasbro's robots, $100 million to $80 million. They had the advantage, the momentum, the early lead. Yet by 1987, Tonka canceled GoBots entirely.
Starscream, it's you. You have...
While Transformers dominated pop culture and became a household name. How do you lose when you have a head start and higher initial sales? By underestimating the power of storytelling, character design, and emotional investment. GoBots had the toys and decent sales figures. Transformers had the mythology, the Saturday morning cartoon, the comics, and characters kids actually cared about. Kids didn't just want robots. They wanted Optimus Prime's heroism, Starscream's treachery, Megatron's menace, and Bumblebee's heart. GoBots offered generic Leader 1 and Psykill. Game over before it even started.
Who kept it safely hidden for many years, until the next Autobot leader appeared.
Number 1. Japan created sensual Transformers radio dramas. Buckle up, because this is the weirdest detour the franchise ever took. In 2006, Japan aired a 38-episode radio drama called Transformers Kiss Players. As part of the show, Lyrian Mochow. The series combined Transformers mythology with, and there's no delicate way to put this, very sensual elements that were wildly different from anything American audiences ever saw or wanted to see.
To reclaim the planet that we Transformers took from them.
And now they're going for the gusto, right?
Yes, you read that correctly. Sensual Transformers content. Not action-packed, not epic. Sensual. Somewhere, Michael Bay is taking notes for a director's cut nobody asked for or needs. The Japanese have always pushed boundaries with their media, experimenting with genres and combinations Western audiences find baffling. But this particular fusion of giant robots and adult-oriented radio plays remains one of the franchise's most bewildering chapters. The kind of thing that makes you wonder who greenlit it and why.
There were simpler ways to wring performance out of their slaves.
Bonus fact: the entire franchise started as good versus evil robots trapped on Earth. Here's the foundation that launched 1,000 toys and a multi-billion-dollar empire. Hasbro's original pitch was simple. Market Takara's existing robot toys as good and evil alien robots trapped on Earth. That's it. That's the entire premise that built generations of fans, countless adaptations, and decades of merchandise. Autobots good, Decepticons bad. Earth stuck in the middle as the battlefield.
It seems the time has come for me to make the change from science to war.
The beauty was in the simplicity and universality. Kids didn't need complicated backstories or intricate mythology to get started. They needed heroes to root for and villains to hate. The trapped on Earth angle made it personal, relatable, turning our planet into the ultimate battleground where these cosmic conflicts played out. And those Japanese toys that already existed from failed product lines? They became soldiers in the greatest marketing war of the 80s. Each one a character with personality. From presidential policy to Christmas cage matches to a robot banned from Australia. The Transformers franchise is weirder, wilder, and more wonderfully absurd than any of us remembered from our childhood bedrooms. These weren't just toys or cartoons. They were cultural phenomena born from repurposed Japanese molds, elevated by brilliant storytelling and marketing, and occasionally derailed by sensual Japanese radio dramas that haunt our Google searches to this day. Until next time, remember, freedom is the right of all sentient beings, even ones that can't legally enter Australia or need great inflation to compete. Autobots, roll out!